You must, as an individual, discover God. No matter what life looks like, you must come to that point where you are able to see God through all the situations, including the afflictions of your life. There is another criminal on the other side saying, all I see is not a criminal. I don't see a man dying. I see Jesus stepping into a kingly glory. That's what I see. It was a personal revelation. It was a man who made up his mind to see differently from the other inmates, from the other criminals. And let me tell you, him being a criminal couldn't stop him. Whatever he was labeled never stopped him. Whatever the perception of people was irrelevant at this point, as long as he had his focus on the true identity of Jesus in the midst of all, he saved him. He saved him. You should never stay focused on people's flaws. Take your eyes off people's inadequacies. Find out how much of their focus is on Jesus and their understanding of who he is. It will shock you. This man is not same as we are. And Lord, you know what? I know that you are not stepping into death. You can't die, I know. I know you're stepping into your kingly glory, and I want to experience it. I want to experience it. The guy did not say, Lord, I know I've committed a lot of sins and atrocities. Please, can you clean? He said, I know where you're stepping into. I know who you are. Can you take me? You can if you want. I don't need to restitute for the things I've done. If you decide now, I will transit. God. Why Peter was on the run? Why James was in hiding? Why Judah was contemplating suicide? And the Bible says all the disciples deserted him. There was a criminal asking him to carry him along. It's amazing that Jesus never said to John, today you will be with me in paradise. It was amazing that he never said to James, you will be with me today in paradise. There was none of his disciples he said, today you shall be with me in paradise. It was a criminal that he told today, in the midst of pain and the pangs and the agony of death, you shall be with me in my kingly glory. It was a criminal. He wasn't a disciple. What made the difference here? The guy knows that he understood that this thing is something personal. If you can see him, he will give you a seal. Not what your pastor knows, not what your church knows. You, what do you know about Jesus? If you have the opportunity to see him now, hold him. What will you tell him? What will be your conviction in expression? My pastor used to say, that's not what God wants to hear. You! What is your own? What do you know personally about Jesus? They say Jesus. No, not what they say. You! What's your personal encounters? What will be your personal references? I've had the privilege, and I've shared with you this evening, 2 or 3 occasions I had felt pain. That's my personal experience. And that is why I can understand another person's pain. Yes, we are all believers, but you as an individual, what do you believe? From where they introduced him to you, how far have you taken it on your own? I think it was 2 Wednesdays ago, or last week Wednesday, a young lady who came here for the first time, who was schooling outside this country, a foreign student. They that accosted me. It wasn't my time, it wasn't in protocol to see people after meeting. But I was told that she was going back to school. She was studying abroad. That was, I think, last week, or 2 Wednesdays ago. And then we finished talking, and I just say a few things to her. She would chat me up earlier today, and she would tell me, I feel this aggression, this persuasion to do things right. She feels compelled. Something is driving her closer to God. It was just on our way out that we had a conversation. It wasn't in my office. It didn't take long. What is your personal persuasion? How deeply compelled are you in the midst of your pain? Because the criminal was also on the cross, like the other one in pain. The other one was speaking out of pain, save us. But this one, in the midst of his pain, understood that God is still God in the midst of pain. I know many believers, many Christians, once they go through hard times, they lose it. Somewhere in your mind there is doubt. A criminal knew with every thought of finality and hit of conclusion, this man is stepping into his kingly glory. I won't let what I'm seeing deprive me of the privilege of walking into that glory. Who amongst us here tonight is saying, God, no matter what I go through in life, I refuse to miss paradise. I won't curse you, I won't insult you, I won't run away from you, I will not disengage from serving you. Because I know where this will end. It will end in kingly glory. I know there's a place we are going to, Lord. And I know this situation is just a distraction. It's a disruption. And I know you're allowing it for a purpose. But you know what? I might not be the best of your children, but I don't want to miss where you're going to. Take me with you. Not the ones who will walk in their pride and arrogance. We are disciples, we are apostles, that would deny him 3 times and run away like chickens. It doesn't matter who stands by him, whether he's a criminal or not. That person steps into paradise with him. Can you wait on him and not deny him and not insult him and not allow unbelief and disbelief rid you of the opportunity of being in paradise with him, that place of his glory? Amen. It's about the pardon. In verse 42, then he said to Jesus, Lord, remember me when you come in your kingly glory. Remember me. He didn't even say forgive me. He said remember me. When you step into glory, because he knows that salvation, the price of salvation was about to be completed. He said when you step into glory, don't forget me. That guy was so revelational. That's a prophet in prison. I'm telling you. Nobody understood what was about to happen like that guy. Because in the morning of resurrection, it wasn't only Jesus who came out. The Bible, eyewitnesses saw other people. They saw men who were dead came out. They didn't see ghosts appearing. They saw there were other tombs that opened, and the people that were buried also came out. My father was speaking the other day, and he said, whenever you talk about Jesus, remember there are other people who came out with him. There are people you think that are dead who are not dead. They are still amongst us. They visit and go. They come and they go. It's a deep mystery. As he came out from the grave, they came out and they didn't go back. If you want to see Abraham, trust me, he's not in his grave. He can show up. You can still see Elijah if you want to see him. If you believe in resurrection, you have to believe in resurrection. Oh, yes. Wow. Jesus rose with some people. And the same way he's amongst us, I'm sure those who rose with him, they didn't leave us. This thing is very spiritual. Sorry, excuse me. You believe that people can go to native doctor and wake up the spirit of the dead and talk with them. And you think that we believers, with the kind of power we have, the superior power we have, we cannot. You think we cannot consult. We are living oracles. We are living oracles. We are living oracles. You are joking with your Christianity. That's why you don't understand this thing. That's why you wake up, you see there's a ghost moving. You feel like something is moving and you're scared. No! Who are you? Why are you here? What be the spirit behind you? Are you a good or a bad spirit? Come and show yourself. Who sent you here? Why are you here? I understand you're not a good spirit. What are you doing here? Come here. Kneel down here. What are you here to do? What did you come here to do? Oh yeah, go back. I told people at the beginning of the year, I came out by the car and I saw a very strange bird. I've never seen that before. Felicity was looking at the bird as if it was weak and can't fly, like a chicken. I remember I told people that. And as she called me, Heart, I came out. She said, look at this man. I really picked this, not a bird. I said, hello. So you're not afraid to walk into my compound. The bird flew at that word out of the compound. And I was angry. I said, I should have killed this guy. And I told Felicity, don't worry. I'll kill him. Physically, not spiritually. Last week, I was in the room in the morning again. The children saw the bird, he came again. Cut off the leg, cut off the head. All the people that saw that bird that killed, they took ill. Same day.